Hi there, welcome to my channel. I'm Rhonda, and first of all, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers so far. I'm only 9 away from my first giveaway. Woohoo! So exciting. So I'm getting all of that ready and I'm really looking forward to it. And today I have a lot of things on my table to show you. And one of them is something I worked up with another ice yarn. So that'll be interesting. And I've got a table full of things that I've made to show you and yarn that I'm going to review. I'll let you know what I think of it, how it worked up, some crazy ideas. I'm going to start with the yarn I used to make this since I'm wearing it. This is a Hobie yarn. So I've got 3 different types of Hobie yarn that I'm going to be showing you today and things that I've made with them and what I thought about how they worked up, how they wore after a while if they've been used. So starting off with this is Hobie Dream Color, and I'm sorry, some of them have been sitting around a little bit, so they look a little bit messy. But this is Dream Color by Hobie, 100% wool, beautiful colorways, and it's in the color called Hypnotic, which is number 16, color 16. Can you see that? And it is considered a 2-weight, which, yes, I would agree with that. It is 100 gram skein, 3.52 ounces, and 400 meters or 437 yards. So that is a good amount to make something. And it's also designed in Scandinavia and made with love in China. This one is color number 1 called Midnight. So that's this one here with the pretty reds and purples. And I'm going to take this off to show you how it works up because I really think it's nice. This is the window pane pattern. Look how pretty that is. And look at how the colors work up. So it really looks lovely on. I love it. And 100% wool. It's a little bit scratchy, but it doesn't bother me too much. So anyways, what do I think of these yarns? And I should show you what I made with this one, with the Dream Color 16, the Hypnotic. I made mittens. I'm putting them on for you. They turned out a little bit weird, like the pattern just went off, but I still wear them. And look at the color. So it kind of goes, it's a little bit different than the scarf, even though they're 2 different colors, they kind of blend together, so I could wear them as a set, I think, anyways. So yeah, they're cozy. So it is wool. It is a little bit itchy. I'm not gonna deny that. If you're sensitive to itchiness of wool, you may find it uncomfortable, but I don't find it that bad. But it's wool. So how did it work up? I really liked it. I found that it worked up really nicely. It worked up well on the hook. It did not tangle easily. It was really a joy to work with, to be honest with you, even though it's such a fine yarn and things take longer, obviously. But it was really nice to work with. So I recommend this, and it is still for sale on Hobie. It hasn't been discontinued, so nice to check out the colors. They're really pretty how they work up. Really nice stripe effect, as you can see. And as well with the mittens, it works up really nice. So that is the first one I'm going to show you. I have more. Another one I have is the Jarbo cookie yarn. And there are a few things I've made with the Jarbo cookie yarn. So the first thing I'll show you is I made these slippers, and I did the crocodile stitch. So they're a slipper boot. I did the crocodile stitch in the Jarbo cookie. I'll get the color for you in a moment. And I just used some yarn I had in my stash. This is acrylic. These slippers are well worn, but very comfortable, and I put an insole inside to make them more form-fitting to my feet. And I will get that color right now. I do have some of it left. And so you can see it's loose and messy, but it's really pretty. So there it is, the cookie yarn. This is the colorway number 46215, Bohemian, and I wrote down the color. And I'm sorry, it's a mess, but once it gets loose, it does tend to go that way. This is considered a number 5 weight. There's no way this is a number 5 weight. If anything, a light 4, maybe 3. It's very thin. Not 5 at all. There's no way. But it probably does change in thickness because it is a roving yarn. So there might be some areas that are thicker than others and some that are thinner. You can see there. But even the thickest parts do not seem like a 5 to me at all. So just to know, sometimes when you buy Hobie yarn, how they designate it in thickness is not exactly how we would designate it. I don't know if it's a European thing as opposed to North American, but sometimes it's off. Like the Dream color seems like a 2 to me, but this does not seem like a 5 at all. But the colors are really nice. This one is, like I said, it is the 46215 Bohemian. It is 100% acrylic. Nice big cakes. I'm going to show you ones that have not been used in a moment. And this one is 200 grams, 600 meters. Recommended hook size 4.5 to 5 millimeter hook. I'd probably agree with that. So yeah, so really pretty, and you can see how the colors work up. Now the one thing though, these have been through the wash and I'm not really loving how the fibers wear out. It does look a little bit like well worn, and they haven't been through the wash a ton of times. But would I buy the yarn again? Probably I would take my chance on it, but I have got a lot of colors to work up, which I haven't worked up yet, but I'm going to show you some other things that I have worked up with this yarn. It works up really nicely and very, very soft and cushy. I really love that about it. So the other color that I've used, you can see that it's softened up a little bit and a little bit messy. I haven't used that much, but I'm going to show you. I made another pair of slippers with pink acrylic yarn, and I added the crocodile stitch to the slippers. It wasn't part of the pattern, but I really like the way it turned out. You can let me know what you think. But this one is colorway 46216, and it's called Romance. And there's the, look how pretty that is. It's got such nice pastel-y colors, like a mint green, pinks, and a little bit of gray, and some teal in there. Really, really pretty. And I do like the way the colors work themselves out. So that one was used, but I've got a lot left to make something else. The other one that I don't have any left, I used it all, is 46210, called Skyfall, and it's beautiful shades of purple. And I'm going to show you what I've made with the Skyfall. So first of all, I made a baby outfit using that color, and I'm going to show you how it looks. It's so pretty, and I made it in combination with this discontinued yarn that I actually got secondhand, and it is Lion Brand Nature's Choice Organic Cotton. I don't have the label for it. I didn't ever have the label. When I got it, it did not, but when I was in the store, I saw the same yarn, and I'm sure that's exactly what it is. If you look up Nature's Choice, I think you're going to agree with me that this is what this is in this nice little shade of blue. So I went ahead and used that cookie yarn from Hobie, which is 100% acrylic, and did it with this yarn. Didn't realize at the time it was cotton, but that's okay. It still will wash up well, I believe. And I made a baby boy's outfit with a few pieces. So I'm going to show you that right now. I'm going to show you what I made with the Nature's Choice cotton first. I made these little booty pants. So cute. And they're really soft, very nice. And I've actually run them through the wash and they washed up really, really well. And I made this adorable little teddy bear hat. So cute for a teeny tiny baby. And then I made this. This is 2-piece. I'll take it apart in a moment. So look at that. I've got the teddy bear applique with the little bow right there. Look at how that worked up. So when I talk about embellishing your projects, this little cardigan was a simple cardigan that I found a pattern for. I would link you to it, but honestly, it's been a while since I made it. So I don't think I have it anymore, but it's a simple cardigan and you can find so many patterns online or purchase patterns for simple cardigans like this. But how I embellished it was I came up with my own idea to put in the little braided ties and the little teddy bear applique and to put the teddy bear with it. And it creates a set. The little pants, the hat, it just brings everything together. And so when I think about embellishing or creating something unique to me, I could take a simple pattern for a sweater and add something, add an applique, like for instance, this sweater that I added a little tractor. And here's a picture of a set that I made with owls, and it wasn't part of the pattern. I created these items by taking a pattern for an applique and a pattern for a sweater and putting them together. And that's how you think outside of the box. You could see a pattern, it says, okay, use this yarn, and this is the yarn I used, and this is how the pattern works. But use your own yarn, combine yarns, and bring things together. So if you create a pattern for a sweater, for instance, or a scarf, add something, add an applique, add a flower, add a heart, and you'll notice that as we go forward with my work, that's what I tend to do. I look at something and my mind says, no, I'm not ready to stop there. I need to do something extra, whether it's a set or an item that I have to add a little something to. Not everything, but a lot of times I will do that. And that's what makes it unique to me. And you can do the same when you create something. You think outside the box. What do I want to do with this to add that little creative edge and make it unique to you? Because we'll all do something different. There's a gazillion combinations of how you can make something different, how you can add different ideas. And so that's pretty much what I talk about when I talk about embellishing and letting your creative juices flow. So I hope that's inspiring. You can let me know. And inside this cardigan, I'll just show you the back of it. Look how pretty that works out. I just love it. I made this little sweater. So I combined the Nature's Choice cotton yarn with the cookie yarn. Very simple sweater. I see mistakes in it, but It's handmade, and when it's handmade, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But look how cute. There's one other piece to this. I made a matching teddy bear. I like to do that. I like to make sets that can be given as gifts. Sorry about the noise. I'm going to close the door. I always think it's nice to have a toy to go with it. So here's this little overall shorts bow tie, which matches the bow tie in the cardigan. I hope that when it gets washed, it'll wash up nice. But babies don't wear things too long because they grow so fast. And I will recommend whoever gets it to wash it by hand to preserve it, or at least on a very gentle cycle. So that is that. And I made something else with this yarn. Something really interesting, very different. I made a unique set that's, you've probably never seen anything like this, and you might love it. You might hate it. You can let me know in the comments below. And while you're commenting, I'll just give a little side note. 9 more people to subscribe, and then there's a giveaway. So please subscribe and like, comment to me. I love your comments, and I try to respond to all of you. Of course, you know, I'm not having thousands of subscribers yet, so far I can still keep that under control. So the next thing that I made was inspired by this toy. Notice the pattern with the pentagons. And this was an inspiration from this pattern to create something different. Basically, I'm going to show you the weirdest thing that I made in a little bit. So stick around, because it's quite interesting how this turned into a couple of other items. This is a toy I showed in another video, so you can check it out. I'll provide you with the link to this particular video at the end. What I created was a hat, or a hood actually, and it's in 3 or 4 parts actually. So I'm going to show you how this works. It's really different. And I made this with the Jarbo cookie in that 46210 Skyfall. And I also made it with this yarn that I've shown on another video, this discontinued Isaac Mizrahi craft yarn by Premier. This beautiful purple yarn in the colorway Ambassador. It's got these beautiful sparkles. It's considered a 4-weight, although I think it's a little bit light for a 4-weight. So it worked up well with the cookie yarn, because I feel the same way, that they're both considered 5 or 4, and I see them as pretty much the same weight, closer to a 3, I would imagine, or at least a very light 4. So here is the hood, very different. And it was just some creative idea that was inspired by a friend who wanted me to try this. And what it has is little tassels that are removable, and it's got these buttons at the back. So if I want to wear it as a hat, there's little loops that I put on this braided cord. I also, I think I used Carnival yarn, which I'm going to show next. It's a combination of the 3 yarns, and that's another Hobie yarn. So this is how it works. Really cute, really hugs the head, and it can be worn just as a hat with the hanging cords, just like that. Now the other part of it is I can take off these braids like so, and then I've got this cowl, and I could just wear this cowl by itself. It's a tight-fitting cowl, but it's really nice and warm, and I probably should have taken this one off first. My chair is squeaking. I'm going to switch chairs. My husband was supposed to oil the squeak in that chair, but didn't get around to it yet. So anyways, like I said, it's a very short cowl, but great for under the coat. And I'm going to take it off to show you the pattern in it. It's really pretty. It's a combination of the 3 yarns, the purple Premier yarn, the cookie yarn, and the Carnival yarn. You'll see bits of green and teal and gold that's in it. And it's really just so pretty. So this is how it works. I made buttonholes in here. You can see buttonholes. And I'm just going to attach it with the buttonholes. So like this. I spaced all the buttonholes so it goes together. And on a very cold day, no air can get on your neck because this is now one piece, like so. And I could just slip it over my head. This is gonna be fun. Great for a cold day. It covers the ears. It's got this cute little heart detail on the side. And just kind of cute. Very different. And I've gone for walks with this in the winter and it's kept me nice and warm. So that is a combination of yarn. And all of them are 100% acrylic. So it's completely washable. And that's that. The weird idea, stick around because I'm going to show you. It's sort of the same design. So these pieces are just all together and it can be worn, like I said, a hat. It can be worn with the braids, without the braids. The cowl can be worn by itself, or it can be worn as a one-piece hoodie with the cowl attached. Now I'm going to show you a couple of other cookie yarns that I have not used yet, and I'm looking forward to it. But I've a lot of yarn that it takes a while to use everything up. So I'm going to show you some other colors. And they're all very soft. So this is a full cake. This is how much you get. You get, like I said, the 600 meters, 200 grams. I don't know if you can see that. This one, here's the cookie. Very soft. I really like the way it feels. I love the colors. This one is colorway 46220 or Heather. That's the colorway. And this one has black or charcoal and a bit of blue and pink. Different shades of pink. Really pretty. So I haven't worked that one up yet, but I plan to eventually. So that's one color. And then this one, and that's just blue and black with some mixing of it together. This one is blueberry, color 46205. And all of these except for one that I have are still available on the Hobie website. And a nice amount of yarn. So this is what it looks like. Oops, that's a little twisted. Yeah, really soft and nice size. A lot of yarn. Look at the colors in that. The greens, the pinks, blue, purple, just so pretty. This one is colorway, I wrote all the colors down too, 46214 Limelight. Also still available. Sorry it's a bit messy, but so pretty. And here I've got a neutral color with the black charcoal, gray, and white. Just beautiful. I'm looking forward to see how these work up. And this one is 46201, or licorice. Look at the size of it. It's nice. This last one is no longer available. I don't know if they'll be coming up with more of it, but it's a very neutral color called Cloudy, colorway 46206. And it's got the different shades of gray down to almost like an off-white. So very neutral, very nice. So those are the colors I got, and I still have quite a few left. I bought this a long time ago, but like I said, most of it's still available. So if you like it, you can buy it. It's still available for sale on the Hobie website. And I'm not affiliated with them at all. I am not an affiliate marketer of any company yet, because I'm just too new. But I will provide you with the link so that you could purchase it if you like. And I don't benefit by that at all, but I might as well make it easy for you if you like it and you want to buy it, since I'm showing you. So the other yarn I want to show you is Carnival, and Carnival it's got really pretty colorway as well. This one is color number 10, and it's got the golds, the purples, the pink, just beautiful. And this is 100% acrylic as well. It is considered a 3, and yeah, probably a 3 or even a 2, or a very fine 3. And it's soft, but not extremely soft. It works up a little bit rough, but it doesn't bother me. If you're really sensitive to roughness, you might notice it's not as soft as it looks, but it's still pretty comfortable. It is 100 grams, or 3.5 ounces, 240 meters, or 262 yards. So quite a bit of it in there. You can make something nice with it. Designed in Denmark, made in Turkey. So I have used this yarn for a couple things. I'll show you another color that I have. So this one is color number 10. This one is color number 9. And it's similar, but it's different in that you can see the difference in the shades. This one has some purple in it, but they are very similar. So I made a cowl, and I'm going to link you to Franny Square, where her video that she did a flash review on this yarn, because she mentioned how it stripes up and she liked it better when she doubled it up. So I actually did that, and I made a really pretty set doubled up, and I do agree with Franny. I do like the way it looks more when it is doubled up. So here is the cowl that I made. I'm going to put it on so you can see what it looks like. So it is pretty. I'm not opposed to the striping effect, but I do prefer when it is mixed in. It just looks gorgeous. So here is the set. You can take a look at the picture that I made. That is a hat and an infinity scarf. Beautiful the way it turned out. I just love it. But yeah, so you can see the colors here as well, how they work up. It is a pretty yarn. I do like it. So those are the 3 yarns that I wanted to show you from Hobie. The Carnival and the Cookie and the Dream Color. All of them are still available on Hobie. I'm not sure about all of the colors, but they're always coming out with new colors, so you can check it out and see if you like those. I did like the way that they worked up. I had no problem with any of them. I found that they were easy to work with. So in that regard, I wouldn't steer you away from any of them. Just it's preference. If you like the colors, if you like the self-striping, or the variegated, and I mean, this one is variegated and self-striping. You can see how that works. Really pretty. I really like that. Okay, so now for the ice yarn, because that's the newest one. And I did say I'm going to work them up and show you what I came up with. So here is what I have left of the 5th little cake of yarn. And if you go back and check out my ice yarn haul, you will see this blue. And here is what I have left. So I'll take one out. And so this is the self-striping, and it's called Blue Shades, and it was a 50-gram ball, 145 meters, 50% wool, 50% acrylic. Oh, yeah, right there. So I was really curious about how it worked up. I wasn't sure how it was going to work up, and I wasn't sure at first whether I liked it. And when I showed my husband what I was making, he loved it, and I'm like, oh, I'm not so sure, but now I actually like it. So I'm going to show you what I did with it. You can tell me what you think. And I will link you to the pattern for this item. If you like it, you can try it. And there it is. Look at that. Really different. Little boy's cardigan. And I just bought the buttons today. One of my least favorite things, I have to say, is putting buttons on a cardigan. It involves measuring and putting them in the right place and sewing them on and pricking my fingers. But yeah, there you go. And I made a matching hat. I haven't weaved in all the ends yet, but I made a little matching beanie to go with. And this was just something that I came up with. Just the standard top-down hat, and I put in the same stitching. This one has the double crochet, single crochet alternating at the top, and then down here is the alternating double crochet with front post and back post double crochet, which is why the sleeves are also front post, back post, alternating with double. You can see, and the cuffs are ridged with the back post, front post, half double all the way down, as is the bottom. But I'm going to link you to the pattern. So if you like the sweater, you don't have to do in this yarn, but let me know what you think. It's very different. I kind of like it now. I don't know whether it's grown on me, but I think it's very cool. And I picture a little guy wearing this with blue jeans and a black shirt underneath. I think he'd look really sharp. So that is what I made with this yarn. And like I said, that took a total of 4.5 50-gram little cakes. So that's not bad. Considering the price, you'll have to go back and check out my video because I don't remember the price, but it was a good price, and made a nice little cardigan. So when I created this hat, I tried to find a color in my yarn stash, which is why it's always great to have a variety of colors. So never let anybody tell you can have too much yarn, because the more variety, the more possibilities you have. And I found that this was a close enough match. This might be a little bit bluer, but when it's up on the head and the sweater's on, you won't really notice it. And the gray that I used is really a nice shade of charcoal gray. It is Pound of Love, Lion Brand Pound of Love, in the colorway Charcoal Anthracite. Look at that. Really, really nice color. I love that. And when you buy these Pound of Love skeins, you can do so much with them. probably 2 of them will make a blanket, but if you're not going to make a blanket, I always reach back into my stash, and these are always there in various colors because it is large. It's 16 ounces, 454 grams, 1,020 yards or 932 meters. It goes a long way. It's a 4 medium weight, 100% acrylic. And even though the sweater is made with 50% wool, 50% acrylic, because they both have an element of acrylic in them, it's okay to combine. I wouldn't want to combine 2 completely different fabrics, one that can be washed and one that can't, because I don't know, that just doesn't sit right with me. But this was okay, and I really love how they go together, and I really love how the buttons look. I think the color works well. The buttons are similar shades to what's in the sweater. So let me know what you think of this sweater. Put your comments below. Do you like it? Is it too busy? It's definitely a busy sweater, but I still think it's kind of neat. So how did I find working with this yarn? It wasn't bad. It wasn't the easiest yarn to work with, I'll be honest. I just found that sometimes it split a little bit too easy for my liking, and so my hook got caught a little bit, and you can see how it's a 2-ply. I'm not sure if you can see it, but sometimes it was a little bit loose. There are the 2-plies, and I don't know, it could be me, but would I work with it again? I think I would. I like it. I think it's interesting. Very different in terms of the way the color works up. Very unique. I like it. Like I said, I think with a black shirt and blue jeans on a little guy, it would just look really, really nice. So yeah, I would definitely, it's soft. I would definitely use it. It was a great value for being 50% wool, and for wool, it worked up pretty comfortable. So not all yarns are going to be as smooth on the hook, and I understand that. So maybe if I worked with a looser stitch with a larger hook, I'm not sure if that would have made a difference. But even though it was not 100% the easiest yarn to work up, I definitely liked it enough that I would use it again. If you are the type of person who hates anything that's going to split easily, then maybe not. But if you're a patient person and you don't mind working up with something that can be a little more challenging, it's not terrible, it's just a little more challenging. Kind of like Caron Simply Soft. I would say this is not quite as difficult a yarn to work with as the Simply Soft. Just a little bit like that. So if you really hate that sort of thing, then maybe this would not be your first choice. But if you don't find Caron Simply Soft difficult to work with, then you'll be perfectly fine with this. So now, before you go, I want you to take a look at the weirdest thing I made, and let me know what you think of it. It's crazy. It was not my idea, but a friend who saw me as I was making this said, "Oh, I have a great idea. Why don't you make a cap out of it, make a thinking cap, and each panel will have some other element of thoughts." So he's a gentleman from Vietnam, and you will see the panels that I put on it. I met him singing, so he wanted me to create this for him, and you're gonna see what it looks like. It's wild and crazy. I wouldn't wear it in public, but be a great Halloween item. But it's just, it's creativity gone mad. So there's other people out there with creative minds, and that's the beauty of us as human beings. We all have our creative thoughts, imaginations, and they come out in different ways. So here you go, and enjoy. Bye for now. So I made this specially designed thinking cap for a friend according to special order. I had it on these braided ties, and each panel has something significant to what one would think about, or specific to the person who ordered it. So here, bright ideas. Here, home sweet home. It's a little upside down, but inside is a flag of Vietnam, because that is where the person's from. And here is for his religion. He's Catholic. This cross actually buttons off, so it's completely detachable. Here's a face, which is a happy face, but it could also be a sad face, depending on how one is feeling on that day, or maybe a little confused. Kind of like an emoji, right? Or just very serious, but we like to keep him happy. And of course, we're always looking for love, and that's the arrow going through the heart. Of course, we've got to take time to stop and smell the flowers in life. That's important. And I should say this home sweet home has a flower that I tried to make national for the country of Vietnam, which can't remember the name of the flower now, but it'll come to me. Up here are musical notes, because this is how I met my friend singing. So that's musical notes. Okay, and up here, you know, in our mind are lots of questions and sometimes excitement. It's an exclamation mark. And here is think and RS design. I think that's it. There should be 8 panels. And that's it. So, would you wear this? Neat idea. Very different. And there it is, the thinking cap. Okay, here you go. It's now on the right way. And